August is the perfect month for dividing perennials, giving your garden a fresh start and ensuring healthier borders next year. Here's a breakdown of how to divide 8 common plants, along with personal commentary and tips for success. Bearded iris, Iris germanica. These classic plants can benefit from a divide in August. Look for signs of crowding, such as a bare center or fewer flowers. Lift the rhizomes with a fork, shake off excess soil, and cut them into pieces with a healthy fan of leaves and a firm section of rhizome. Trim the leaves to around 6 inches to reduce water loss. Replant shallowly, ensuring the upper surface of the rhizome is visible or lightly covered in well-drained soil. This is a great opportunity to revisit the needs of your irises and ensure they're not buried too deeply or shaded by neighbors. Daylilies, Hemerocallis. Daylilies are nearly indestructible, but mature clumps can become congested and produce fewer flowers. Look for signs of crowding, such as congested crowns and fewer flowers around the center. Lift the clump, hose or shake off enough soil to see the roots, and tease sections apart by hand. If necessary, use 2 garden forks back-to-back or a sharp spade. Each division should have a healthy fan of leaves and a generous root system. Plant divisions at the same depth as before and keep the ground evenly moist for several weeks. Daylilies make great free plants for filling gaps or parsing to neighbors. Hosters, Hoster. Hosters can be divided in late summer in cooler or reliably watered gardens. Look for a vast, crowded mound that may still look handsome. Lift the root ball and cut down through the crown with a clean spade or an old serrated knife. Avoid reducing a majestic specimen to dozens of sad little fragments. Aim for 3 or 4 generous divisions. Water the replanted sections deeply and mulch with compost, keeping it clear of the crown. A bag of organic compost can be useful if your soil needs improving. Shaster daisies, Leucanthemum times superbum. These bright, cheerful flowers can become impenetrable white and green scrums after a few years. Divide them after the main flowering flush, removing exhausted stems first. Lift the clump and look for younger, vigorous growth around the outer edge. Replant healthy divisions about 12 to 18 inches apart in full sun, watering them carefully while roots knit into the soil. This is a great opportunity to move divisions into sparse sections of your border. Garden phlox, Phlox paniculator. Congested clumps of garden phlox can become more vulnerable to powdery mildew. Lift the outer sections of the clump and divide them into pieces with roots and several shoots. Replant in fertile, moisture-retentive soil, allowing plenty of room between plants. Airflow is vital, so don't create a phlox convention. Label new divisions immediately, as every gardener is convinced they'll remember where they went. Oriental poppies, Papaver orientale. These dramatic poppies disappear after flowering, leaving an empty patch of soil. Lift and divide mature clumps in August, provided the soil is not parched. Look for fleshy root sections with buds or small shoots. Cut these into substantial pieces and replant promptly in sunny positions with well-drained soil. Don't overwater divisions in heavy soil, as the roots dislike sitting wet. Hardy geraniums. These unfussy plants can become woody and tired in the middle, asking for attention. After flowering, cut back the foliage, lift the clump, and divide it into healthy rooted sections. Replant in moisture-retentive but well-drained soil, then water consistently until new growth appears. If the plant is still flowering strongly in August, leave it alone and divide it in early fall. Astilbe. Astilbe is a fine candidate for division in late August or early fall in cool, moist conditions. Lift mature clumps carefully, split them into robust sections with buds and roots, and replant promptly in humus-rich soil. Astilbe is happiest in partial shade, where its ferny foliage and feathery flowers lend a border a composed air. Mulch around new divisions with leaf mold or compost, keeping the crowns clear. The key to successful division in August is brisk kindness. Don't leave roots baking in the sun, and don't expect small divisions to fend for themselves without water. Replant at their previous depth, firm the soil gently, water thoroughly, and mulch if conditions are dry. Keep new plants watered through the first few weeks, especially if rain fails to appear. By fall, those once crowded clumps will be settled, stronger, and multiplied into useful new stock.